we have a Wrestling Junkie Classic, and that is the Dave Meltzer Star Rating match. This time around, we're doing WrestleMania matches only, so both our matches that we'll be giving out to each other are all from WrestleManias, can be ranging from a pretty long time frame. Mine is some older ones, some newer ones, but yeah. Who do you want to do? How you want to do this? Who goes first?
I'll go first.
Alright.
Alright, so first one, this is WrestleMania 28.
Okay.
And it's Big Show versus Cody Rhodes.
Ooh, okay. Big Show, Cody. I want to say this is for the Intercontinental Championship, I want to say.
I'm not sure. I didn't write down the title contentions for the matches.
Yeah, 'cause I think this is like during Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it was Dashing Cody Rhodes.
I feel like this is pretty low. I'm gonna go like a 2.75.
You get 0 points. It's gonna be a 1.5.
Dang, so you're worse than what I thought. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should not give him so much credit, but you know, I try to be nice sometimes, but I guess it doesn't work out. Alright, for your first one, we got a whole bunch of fan favorites, especially some of your favorites. We have Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie versus New Age Outlaws at WrestleMania 14, and this is the dumpster match.
Okay. I don't remember this match. I remember it happening, but I don't remember specifics about the match. I'm gonna go blindly, kind of rate it like a 3-star match.
You get 1 point. It was 3.25.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty solid match.
Alright, I'll take it. Alright, now for your next one, we're going backwards from WrestleMania 28 to WrestleMania 20, and it's Chris Jericho versus Christian.
Oh, okay, so I think I know the range in this one, because this is one of the ones that I was thinking about putting on mine. But I think this is like a mid level match, so it's between like 2.5 and 3.5. That's like my range right now. I think I went 2.7 on my last one, I think, but I'm gonna go 2.7 on this one.
Alright, once again, you're gonna get 0 points. It is a 3.5.
3.5. Okay, so I was at least my range was correct. It was just on the end of my range. So
no.
I'll work on that one. All right, so we got a match from WrestleMania 38. This is Edge versus AJ Styles. Now this is when Judgment Day pretty much officially started. This is when Damian Priest comes out. He helps Edge. So started this one. Also, this is the longest match on that Mania entire Mania card. So
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna say I'll guess the same thing and say 3.
You will get 0 points on this one. It is a 3.75. So in the range, but a little bit short.
Yeah, I missed a little bit. Alright, and now for your next one, we're staying at WrestleMania 20, and it's Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Ooh, one of my favorite matches of all time, or favorite Mania matches, and actually one of my favorite matches of all time in general. Absolutely love this. I don't think this gets a 5 from Dave. Did get a 5 from me. But I think it is like at least it's in the 4s. It has to be. Is this a 4.5?
You're gonna get 1 point.
4.75.
It's the 4.
Oh, 4. Wow.
Alright. So, alright, we're getting there now.
So, I got 1 point. You got 1 point, correct? Alright. On to the third one. WrestleMania 31. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. So, this is when you have Seth Rollins go for the curb stomp, and then Randy throws him up, hits the RKO.
Okay. I'm gonna stay around the same, but guess a little higher and say 3.25.
You're gonna get 0 points on this one. It's actually a 4, so fairly decent match, and it was pretty good. To me, it lasted a bit longer than it probably should have, but in the end, still a good Mania because of what happens in the end.
Well, it's funny you bring up WrestleMania 31 because that's my next one as well. And we're staying with the Authority, and it's Triple H versus Sting.
Ooh, okay. So the finish probably gets put down a little bit just because of Sting losing this match. I don't know how they would feel about the NWO interference and like the DX interference in this. I don't know how you'd feel about that. I quite enjoy this one. I think it's a very solid match. Obviously, they're both in their older ages, but still pretty good. I'll go with like a 4.25.
I'm gonna get 0 points. It is a 2.5.
Wow,
so rated pretty low. I didn't think it was that bad personally, but
really?
you know, Dave Meltzer's a little, picky with certain things. So, yeah.
All right, a match that I just rewatched recently. That's Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10 in the ladder match.
Okay. So this is obviously a very high one. I'm gonna just go with an even 5-star.
You're gonna get 2 points here. A 5-star match, yeah, really good match. I really enjoyed this one. A lot of great spots, a lot of unique moments they did in the match, so very deserving for this one.
Alright, and now for yours, we're at WrestleMania 34.
Okay.
And it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan.
Ooh. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And I'm pretty sure there's a stipulation in this match where if Shane and Daniel win, Kevin Owens and Sami are gone from WWE. I think that was the thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
See, Shane is so weird because, he can put on like a little banger and get you a little high star rated match, or he throws in a stinker. So I'm kind of a bit torn on where I want to go with it. I feel like this might be low. Even though I love Kevin and Sami and obviously Bryan and Shane, I guess I don't mind them either, but I'll go with like a 2.5.
Gonna get 0 points again. It was rated pretty high for Dave Meltzer, and it's a 3.5.
Okay, so I was all about a 1 point off. All right. So what scores? I think you have 3 now, and I
just got 2.
Yeah, and I have
2.
Either 2 or 1. I think 1.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, you'll see in the edit.
Editing, we'll figure it out.
All right, for your next one, going back to WrestleMania 20. I know you gave me 1 as well. I'll give you 1. We have Batista, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair taking on The Rock and Mick Foley in a handicap match. Rock and Sock Connection versus Evolution.
Okay. The Evolution times. This is like 2000. WrestleMania 20s. That would have been 20 years ago. So 2003?
4.
4? Yeah, 4. 2024 now. But yeah, 2004. Rock already left for Hollywood, but now he came back. He dropped the belt to Brock on the way out, and then when he came back, Triple H was the champion, or was about to. He was on and off basically the entire time, either way. So I'm going to go with a slightly lower sided one. I'm going to say 2.5.
We're going to get 0 points for this one. This was a 3.75, so fairly high rated match, especially for the people involved, and yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going backwards as well for my 34, and I'm taking it back to 24.
Okay.
And this is also going to involve Evolution, remember? In Batista versus Umaga.
Okay, this one, so I watched this match. I rated for myself. For me, it was very low. I think I have like a 2.75. I think Dave has it either. I think me and him were similar on this one. I'll go 2.5 just to give me some wiggle room to secure a point.
Get 0 points. It was a 1.25.
Man. See, this is why a lot of people got to take in consideration is at the end of the day, it's just Dave's opinion. Obviously, I thought it was, a pretty mid match. He thought it was even worse than that.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, for your next one, WrestleMania 16. We got Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle in a 2 falls match. The first fall was for the Intercontinental Champion, I believe, and the other one's for the European Championship. So,
Okay. So this one, I don't recall this match really, but just judging by the people, and I would assume it's pretty high. I'm gonna go with an even 4-star match.
So my curveball worked. It is a 2.75.
Oh wow.
So yeah, this was when I looked at this match, I was like, that's gotta be a great match. It's 2 falls, 3 of the best wrestlers at that time period. I was like, that has to be a great match. But I looked at it, I was like, wow, 2.75. That might be a good curve.
Okay. Alright. Well, this might be bad news for me, might be good news for me, because we're staying at WrestleMania 24 once again. And I'm sure you know what it is. Orton versus Triple H versus John Cena.
Okay. So this one I know a lot of people don't like because of Randy winning this one, I believe. A lot of people thought John should have won because he had the crazy comeback at Royal Rumble 08, and then going into this match, kind of just assumed he would win this. I feel like this is like in the 3s. That's where I'm leaning towards. Maybe the 2s, but I'm leaning towards the 3s. 3.25.
You're gonna get 1 point. It's 3.5.
Man, okay. Alright, so I think you won this already, but for your last one, we have last year's main event on night 2, and that is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Obviously, Cody doesn't finish the story that year, but will he do it this year? We shall wait.
Okay. I would assume he didn't like the finish too much. I would also assume he didn't like him losing. But the match was really good. So I will say I'm gonna go with the same as my last guess and say 4 even.
You're gonna get 0 points. It is a 4.5. So you're close, but he gave it a few more bonus points on it. But yeah, we're gonna count the scores real quick, and then we will come back to you guys. And with the final scores in, your winner of the Guess the Dave Meltzer star rating match is Travis, and you have 3 points. I finished on 2, so I think you beat me on the last one as well. I'm pretty sure I won the first one, but yeah, maybe if we do a part 4, I'll have to come back and beat you.
Yeah, but yeah, this has been fun. Let us know if you enjoy these type of videos, or if you have any suggestions for new types of videos. Also, if you guys would like to see 2K24 content, we've kind of been debating on that. So if y'all are interested in that, please let us know, and maybe we'll cook up something for y'all. But besides that, I think that's about it, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.